I got goals to chase, I got roads to pave. Not yet where I wanna be, but I got close today. I went ghost today, I got least to say. I be focused on these dreams like I didn't sleep today. Y'all can be so amazed, y'all ain't seen nothing like this.
Whew, I think for some people that's a touchy subject.
Yeah. And I see it both ways. And I've listened to podcasts in the past where people are like, you have to grade, you have to grade. And then there's people that reach out to us, and we get emails all the time, and they're looking for a specific card from a specific set, raw only. It could be a PSA 10, they're going to crack that card. They want it raw. They're building a set that's only raw. And it's very interesting, because the last 2 years, it's been all graded. So when somebody is focusing in on a certain aspect, it's like, good for you. Good for you. You don't care about the grade, you care about the card, you care about the collection you're building. So that's the true hobby aspect of that.
I think when you're thinking about grading something, when you're looking at a card and you're deciding to yourself, do I grade this card or do I not grade this card? I mean, 100 questions can go through your mind, but one of those is like, am I building, let's say, like, we have a client that built the entire downtown collection from the optic set, and they're all raw. So it would be silly to sort of grade one of those and keep the rest of them raw. It's a raw collection. But really you factor...
For sale if anybody's interested.
For sale. But if you're looking at it from, the angle of, is it a wise financial decision? I think you got to ask yourself two things. One is obviously what's the cost of grading and what is the anticipated grade to the best of your ability. Figure out, is this a 9? Is there a 10? Obviously, you're not going to be the expert, but try to judge that. Then ask yourself, if this card sells today for that amount, will I make a profit? What did I buy for it raw, and what is it going to cost me to grade, and what's the present value of that PSA 9 or PSA 10? Very simple arithmetic. But beyond that, the other very important thing to factor in is the passing of time. Because if you're grading with a certain company and you're grading at a certain sort of level, it could be 3 months, it could be 6 months, it could be 9 months. So the passing of time could work in your favor, but it could also work against your favor. Yeah. So you got to factor that in. So when you're doing your analysis, you really got to be bullish about the fact that, next year, the Burrow hype will be as hard as it is right now. Yeah, Burrow slabs right now, Burrow cards right now. Everybody wants to get their hands on them. Everybody's a Burrow believer. Fast forward 9 months, God forbid Burrow tears an ACL. Is that Burrow the same Burrow that you could have sold 9 months ago? And now, you're sitting on stuff that you probably shouldn't have graded, etc. And then obviously, and I'll say this, and this may be controversial, but don't grade junk. Don't grade the base junk that pop counts are in the thousands. There's just no point. That's better off sold raw unless you're PCing it. It's just silly to grade
Not anymore, that's for sure.
Definitely don't do that. And A, you're just clogging up the system for the rest of us that are trying to grade good stuff. And B, the finances just don't work. No matter how you slice it, it's very rare to get the economics to work. And C, when I'm doing my analysis, I always go off of a 9. I always judge my numbers I'm assuming I'm going to get a 9 on that card. So don't, aim for the stars and think like you have a flawless card. Even if you look at it visually, you're like, this is pristine, and you're basing your decision based off a 10, you may get hurt in the end. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We love doing these shop talk videos. We try to put them out as often as we can. If you have any feedback or comments, make sure to include them in the comments below. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit follow. Always a pleasure handling these videos and engaging with the audience. So thanks again, guys.